What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today. We are doing another experiment on Madden 22, and today it is of the New York Jets. This is sort of a career simulation, sort of not. It's more or less a how long would it take for a specific team to win the Super Bowl. I can't remember if I've done the Jets anytime recently, but I'm pretty sure I haven't done one with their insane draft class, of course. We know about Garrett Wilson, who I have as a superstar. We know about Sauce Gardner, who I have as a superstar. And we know about Jermaine Johnson, who apparently has no face. Of course, I didn't make the ratings for this. This is the class that is the most downloaded of rosters on Xbox right now. So, basing off of that, and I put my own devs in. But I wanted to do a career simulation of, these three guys, Sauce, Jermaine, and what's his name? Garrett Wilson. But to be honest, it's going to be hard to follow all three, so I'm going to try to follow them in case the team lets him go, which there's a very realistic chance that does happen. But at the same time, no promises, so, just saying. Of course, Breece Hall as well, which, once again, he may be rated a little highly in this, but at the same time, EA does kind of like their running backs anyway, so he could still be pretty damn high next Madden anyways. But if you guys are interested in this video, these types of videos, you want to see more career simulations, you want to see more how long would it take for a team to win, let me know in the comment section below by letting me know who and or which team. Also, while you're down there, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe. It's all free stuff. And if you're not somebody that needs to like and subscribe, you're already somebody that's subscribed, you're a regular viewer, I appreciate you a ton. But let's get into this, what will be a very long video for me. That's another thing. I don't know what you guys think of for, the length of the videos. I really want to try to get them down to 30 minutes or less, but with rants like these, it usually doesn't happen. And that is a hell of a start for the quote-unquote career sim slash video. Jermaine Johnson, superstar development trait, which is impressive. We had one for Breece Hall earlier, and that did not go. Usually you don't get any breakouts, near the end of the season, last couple of weeks. I also don't want the video from me to be too long to record. And we go 8 and 9, which I feel like is a pretty realistic kind of sense for where the Jets could land in real life going forward. Breece Hall this time, not super bad. Garrett Wilson, pretty damn good. Yards could be enough to get him to X Factor. Corey Davis was decent. Elijah Moore was meh. Ruckert, pretty damn good, actually. And then defensively, I'm probably not going to look every week, but every once in a while we'll show you what the stats look like. Jermaine Johnson, 5 sacks, which is really bad. Sauce with an interception. And of course, as you would expect, no awards, specifically rookie. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and we are just about to take a look at the draft recap, which ended then up with Myles Murphy. Oh, I forgot about that. Crap. Forgot about that extra draft pick that they had. I'm going to just allow it because all the other videos that we're going to be doing, with this kind of, roster and situation is all going to have this. So we're just going to allow it. Who cares? Whatever. Dexter, hidden development trait DT, not really a need. And then Myles Murphy, right end, not really a need. I don't know what the thought process was here rather than an O-line player, but sure. So we are halfway through the season, but the team did add Bulaga. Ruckert's not starting, which is a mad L. I didn't even notice that. It's a bit of an L on my part, but everything else looks pretty good in my book. We put Putnam at starter. Herbig, I did not know was hidden. It's not a bad team. It's really not. Gardner should be starting, though. I'm not really sure what the thought process is there, but fair enough. So back-to-back 8 and 9 seasons. A little curious to see. Oh, Zach Wilson, pretty good. We didn't change the scheme. I'm not sure if I should, to be honest, but maybe I should. Garrett Wilson touchdowns are up, yards are down, but that's because Elijah Moore got more involved this week. More involved. Franklin Myers with 13 sacks. Jermaine Johnson better at 7.5. Sauce better at 3 interceptions. Maybe Zach Wilson wins MVP, but that's not really the focus at this point. We're focusing on the 3 rookies and the overall success of the team. Another draft down and a very high overall corner. Kamani Shorts, 6'1", 22 years old, hidden 83 catching. Jumping does suck, but outside of that, looks like a very good corner. May even be like a superstar or an X Factor. Can't really tell because, once again, it's a little randomized. Only star, a little surprised, but sure, fair enough. 6'7" overall middle linebacker, Poe, who is very fast, maybe has himself a starting job somewhere. Running back, not a need at all, especially not a 23-year-old one. And this guy could be a steal. And he is. Hidden development trait right tackle. Steve Sharp, a bit of a project, but not bad. Here's a quick look at what the team looks like for year 3. Zach Wilson is a superstar development trait quarterback. I would assume that happened last year. And it did. Offensive line, they went with Conklin. How old is he? Like 27? 29 now. Elijah Moore didn't go up in dev, which is kind of an L, but Williams did, which is nice to see. He's a superstar development trait player. They seemedly have him long-term. When did he go up? Maybe it was year 1, actually, but okay, fair enough. Linebacker maybe needs an upgrade. Safety maybe needs an upgrade, but everything else, I think you have potential long-term starters, maybe center as well, but not the worst-looking Jets team we've seen. Playoffs and the worst season yet for us at 6-11. Zach Wilson's worst year. Breece is pretty much holding steady. The receiving group's worst year by far. Defensively, let's take a look at Jermaine Johnson. 6 sacks, sauce with 6 picks, though. Maybe DB of the year, we'll find out. Was the DB of the year, and of course, I think the MVP was Baker Mayfield, which is great. So the team thought, why not take all of the players from the real-life class? They have Zion Johnson as a backup who's only normal dev. They did get Jensen, which was a nice addition, I suppose. They lost Corey Davis, which was a smart decision to do. Defensively, definitely need a linebacker. Nick Bonino's here now, but Sauce Gardner, with those 6 interceptions, is now an X factor, which is pretty juiced. Nice. And Miles Murphy, I think, was already a superstar. Was he? I don't remember him playing that much, though. Inside stuff on the edge. Way to go. And we're 7-10. It could have been a walk-in-the-park playoff run, but we still suck. Maybe I have to change the scheme, but at the same time, I don't want to do that because it kind of defeats the purpose, because this is the Jets franchise thing, not the whatever scheme we change to, you know? Of course, for some of the rookies, not bad, actually. Jermaine Johnson, 13.5. Of course, when I mean rookies, I mean the rookies we were following out the gate, obviously. All right, another draft down in the books. A middle linebacker who is hidden development trait 23, but that's okay because with this team's drafting lately, that is a massive win. That running back is actually very good for a normal dev, especially how low of an overall he is, but once again, not really a need unless they let go of Breece, and I just didn't know, but the middle linebacker is a good pick. It's kind of it, though. And the Jets go 7-10. They were 4-4 at one point, I believe. Take a quick look. We haven't really paid attention too much to the actual win-losses, and you can see here a bunch of losses in the row. Depending on how the stats look, I may end up changing the playbooks. I know I said what I said, but at the same time, the game does, kind of have a system in place that is not very great. Playbooks determine the success rate of pretty much everything, to be honest, and that's kind of BS. But 7 sacks from Jermaine Johnson, pick totals, Gardner with 3. We've seen all the other numbers are pretty tame. Lambo had 4 kicks blocked. Now, that's a you problem. The Chiefs were able to win another Super Bowl, and with pick 8 overall, they go with another freaking running back. Wait, what? This must have been like a prospect guy or something, because I have never seen that. 99 juke move. I'm going to allow it, dude. Okay, they made a good call. All right, you get that once-in-a-lifetime type of player. You take him. You take him. I don't think I've seen this Madden yet. I've seen, different players like in our Dolphins franchise, there was a 99 awareness, 99 play rec DT who was normal dev. But 99 juke move X Factor running back is quite insane. Of course, they go with a safety that was also hidden. I don't know what their other options were, but that is pretty busted. What even is that? 99 juke out the gate as an X Factor. Now, I have to go with long-term, I think, because he's an X Factor. I'm really curious to see what happens. This is something I've never seen happen before. This is something that I don't even know can happen. So I'm really curious to see what happens. Typically, the whole running back thing is usually star to, superstar and whatnot, but fair enough. Let's see. That's such a good head on his shoulder. What are they going to give him? Watch him drop him to star. 10K. Fair enough. Worth it. And they're in, finally, at 12-5. Believe it or not, Didn't change the scheme. I actually forgot to. I was actually, to be fair, debating on who I wanted to change it to, because I don't want to go with the same Tampa Bay or Green Bay, or definitely not the Chiefs. What I wanted to actually change it to, and I couldn't think of one, and I just completely forgot to do it. But we were able to win, so I'm glad I didn't. Of course, 2-4, you can see why if I would have remembered to, I would have changed it, because obviously that's a really bad start yet again. But it actually ended up working out. As you can see, we are in the postseason with a very good record. Zach Wilson, not a bad season, but once again, we want those yards up. Touchdowns, I'm not really going to worry about. Running back, Breece Hall, 1859 with 15 touchdowns. Not bad at all, obviously. Garrett Wilson, the best, but once again, pretty tame numbers. Rucker, you can maybe even argue to putting him up to superstar, but I'm not really too worried about that, to be honest. As far as sack totals go, not seeing the sack. You know, the edge numbers are so 50-50. What do we have? Interceptions with 3. Whereas, oh, he's not even on the list, was he? Nope, he wasn't. Sauce had a pretty bad year. The kicker was awful. Awards just aren't going to matter other than maybe Breece, but even then, what is it? Best running back? That's like pretty much it. But here it is. Playoffs. Please don't be one and done. Please don't be one and done. We are one and done. Let's go to the Super Bowl now. Oh, man, that's fun. All right, looking at the draft pick 23, the best pick they've had in years. Maybe not at the position they need, but absolutely insane. Roy Matthews, speedily hidden, good. Javier Poole. I mean, this is something even I haven't been able to do lately, and that's draft a hidden development trait cornerback in the late second. Very impressive. Tight end, let's just be honest. And he's 23. 70 overall right end. He is more of like a DT type or an interior 3-4. But overall, a couple of decent picks, at least the first 2. I don't know what's wrong with the Jets. I don't know, maybe it's not even a wrong situation, but they are addicted to the quarterback position. I will show you guys. Breece went up in dev. I mean, it's not really something that we didn't expect. I thought he would have been dev'd up sooner than that. Sharp, by the way, was superstar? And they took this long to start him? Okay. But defensively, this team has so many great players. Shorts also went up in dev, apparently. Why are they going for Marlon Humphrey, who's apparently only superstar? Okay. We'd better make a run. Quentin Williams is also an X factor. This team's pretty good. Maybe this is the year they win it all. And I was like, hey, the Jets have a bye week. No, that's not what happened. They missed. But let's take a look at the numbers. The run game's okay. And the team is still, they're performing okay. But overall, we got to make a change. Because we're just not utilizing the pass game that we have to its fullest extent, and our quarterback is probably being paid at least 20-some million per year. So let's change that next season, if that even exists, because maybe next season we're going to be trash. But here we are with pick 12, another corner. This team needs corners, apparently more than every other position. They need running backs more than every other position. I really don't know what is wrong with this team/game. I'm going to switch to a little bit more pass-happy of an offense, I think. Glad the team drafted running back in the second round when they have a 91 overall X factor that is yet to start and a 99 overall starting running back with superstar dev. Love it, dude. Smart game. I honestly think maybe we'll try out the Browns because we have such a good running back duo. Makes sense, right? Damn it, I forgot the scheme, dude. Come on, man. But regardless, it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. We shouldn't be playing this badly because our scheme is the Jets. If we have a good team, we have a damn good team, right? And EA says no to these claims. Miles Murphy killed it. Jermaine Johnson has been pretty bad, actually, without any scheme change, despite having a couple of decent seasons in there. Don't really care too much about the awards. Once again, the awards don't really play too much of a factor in this video specifically, especially when we know that not many guys are winning awards anyways. Team's still a pretty decent overall, 91, but they are negative in $4 million for funds. They finally go with a different position. A 6'4" hidden development trait wide receiver could be a steal. Then they go with a right guard. Also hidden, but once again, 23 this time. This guy looks like trash. This guy could be a steal, and he is. Okay, so this is probably their best draft. That running back was pretty filthy, despite the fact that we haven't really used him yet, but that's a pretty damn good draft, finally. All right, the squad's still in the 90s. I don't know how that compares to the rest of the league, but you have Breece Hall and Truman, the best running back duo by a long mile, as the number 1 and 2 running backs. Super good. They're making Breece dual style, which is extremely rare in its own. Terrell, the fact that he already has an upgrade, even though he did skip preseason, kind of makes me think maybe he is a superstar or an X Factor. Who knows, but still promising nonetheless. Judge will be the starter. Batista will be a backup. I mean, this is based on like how hard it is to get certain positions like X Factor and superstar corners, edge rushers. What else do you have? Middle linebacker George, 2 safety or 2 tackles that are superstar devs. This might be the best team in the league with that in mind. This could be a Super Bowl win with the changed playbook to Cleveland. Not going to lie. And with the Cleveland playbook, no changes to defense. We are back on top. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The run game looks pretty good. But we're back on top with a playoff spot. Obviously, not the greatest game or season by Zach Wilson. Truman didn't really even get that much of a season going. But Breece Hall, now that is a year. 22-19 with 23 touchdowns, maybe even MVP of the entire freaking league. Blocking was okay for Madden since picks. Sauce with 2. Sack totals, Jermaine with 14, though. Kicking was better. I mean, to be fair, Hart was actually kind of godly in general. MVP? No, he was number 2. No one cares. All right, the Chiefs, a team that probably will win. They've won 2 Super Bowls already, and they do, but only by 4. So, I mean, kind of a mini win considering how busted their playbook is in the game. Yet, it's a repeat of the Super Bowl last year, the Steelers versus the Panthers. I think the Steelers did win that one, and they win it again. I believe. Once again, I can't remember everything. Another draft recap. Let us see if they add any good talent. 22 years old, Brady Carter, kind of like a dual style, more of an interior guy, but you could play him anywhere. What else do we have? Tyrone Pierman, 88 speed, also hit a development trade, 21 years old. Cornerback, decently fast, but not really a big need. I think it's really more about, did the team lose any of the starters we already had? So I think the team is shaken up a little bit, so let's take a look at what the squad actually looks like as of now. The O-line still looks pretty good. The center they got was also superstar. This team's drafting well. They just need to start playing well. How old is Zach Wilson now? 31. Jesus, we are, I mean, in fairness, quite a bit down the line here. I'm honestly debating if the team stays together long enough, I may just turn this into a career simulation of those players because, I mean, realistically here, it doesn't look like we're making the damn Super Bowl. So maybe I do a simulation on it. I don't know, dude. Well, I'm just going to play it by ear at this point. Of course, they also have Leonard. Herbig is also an X Factor. How this team is in the Super Bowl, I don't know. It'd be sick if they won a Super Bowl, and then I could also just finish out their careers. That'd be super awesome, but it might just come down to whatever happens first. You know, if we get the seasons or the careers are done for these guys before this team wins the Super Bowl, then GG. If we get the Super Bowl before the careers are over, we finish out the careers as well. I'm not really in the business of watching 30 seasons of L's, you know what I mean? And even though it wasn't pretty, we're back in. 92 overall, and yet barely making the damn playoffs, which is super fun, I promise. Wow. 0-5 to start. I didn't change the playbooks or anything because at this point, I went from like simming weekly for breakouts to just simming to the end of the season because at this point, we don't really have many chances at a breakout anyways because everyone's already superstar or better regardless. But yeah, you can see this scheme is not looking good for wide receivers. I'll just put it that way. Breece Hall, though, potentially going to go down as the greatest running back ever at this rate. Sack totals, Jermaine Johnson back looking good. Miles Murphy's pretty good. Sauce with only 2 interceptions, but regardless, still a really good overall. But here is Denver. Can we win a game? Just one playoff game? The answer is no. Okay, sweet. And of course, the Super Bowl matchup of the ages. The winner of it is the Browns. You know what? I'm going to change to Dallas. I'm going to change to the Dallas scheme. You know the drill. Here we are with another cornerback selection. 23, Sidney Walls. More of a safety, if you ask me. Tight end, 71 overall. Might actually be a need at this point. Ruckert, who wasn't really that athletic to start with, is probably like 30-something now. Another hidden development trait, center. If you draft center, you're going to have a good time. Simply put, free safety, 6'4", It's good speed. Everything else kind of sucks, though. So the team is looking a little bit different. The offense in general, you got some players that are regressing pretty hard, specifically Garrett Wilson, who sucks in short routes, which is weird enough, but, I mean, it hasn't really slowed him down any. Breece Hall probably will be here until he's like 34 or 35 because he has such a lead up with how good he is right now. And as far as the defense goes, no Quentin Williams anymore, which is a bit of an L. Of course, Myles Murphy, I think, only just got X Factor recently enough. Cornerback Shorts is still there. Walls. I mean, you lose Quentin Williams, but everything else is pretty decent. And I will say, though, the window is closing pretty hard here as Garrett Wilson, like I said, going to be a really low overall within the next few seasons. Ooh, I was like, not again. I kind of looked away because it actually takes a long time to sim, so I looked completely away from the screen, and I was like, oh, not again, missing the playoffs. But 14-3, it could legitimately happen. Let's take a look at the, of course, win-loss. Show you guys doing like forcing wins or anything like that. Maybe completely irrelevant because we could just lose the very first game we play in the playoffs anyways, like usual. But let's take a look at the numbers. Pretty tame numbers receiving for the entire league. Even with Dallas' playbook, still not getting much passing numbers in there. Garrett Wilson's decent, but everyone else is pretty iffy. O-line, meh. Jermaine Johnson, though, back to his 13 sacks ways. Of course, Myles Murphy kind of stealing the show in this one a little bit. Sauce Gardner with 2 interceptions. Younghoe Koo, not bad. And I don't think they would have had any awards. I will say Breece Hall, speaking of stealing the show, not even one of the 3 names I mentioned out the gate, but yet clearly the most successful. If we lose to the Browns, after taking off the Browns playbook, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what to tell you. We lose. Maybe this is a career simulation video. And the Niners smoked the Browns. I was about to say, at least we lost to the Super Bowl winners. Couldn't even do that. Draft another running back. Okay, I mean, Breece is getting older. I'll allow it. He's also a freak like the other guy. Man, this team does know how to draft running back. Whether it's the dumbest thing you've ever seen, which it is, or not, they do know how to draft that position. This guy is terrible. Don't know what you're getting out of him. Another running back. You want to go for another one after that? Another DT? I mean, running backs after running backs, though. But hey, Breece is going to come out clutch again and give his backup running back start Ev. All right, here's the squad for, I don't even know what year this is at this point. They go with a superstar line. I mean, wide receiver. They're actually doing a really good job of picking out the right talent. And the other center they grabbed was superstar. How were they so good at this? I honestly have no idea how this team is so good at this. But we're obviously seeing near the end of most of these guys' careers. I'm also surprised that, they have Ed Oliver now. Ooh, lose the number 2 corner. But I'm also surprised that we're still here with those names. You know, to have these many, or pretty much all of the guys, including the running back, all still here is pretty insane. I will say a lot of them are on, deals that are potentially gonna, have them gone after this season. Maybe not Garrett Wilson, but some of these guys may be gone after this season. Here it is again. Another bye week using the same playbook that we had been using. The Dallas Cowboys offensive playbook, same Jets defense. But can we actually win a playoff game? We have yet to win a single playoff game. If I'm not, no, did we? No, I think we haven't won a single playoff game. Zach Wilson, not a bad season. Breece Hall has obviously been killing it. Garrett Wilson, really good season, especially considering his overall has dropped pretty significantly. Pass rush, Jermaine still in the double digits. Still has no face as well, though, which is concerning. Sauce Gardner, 3 interceptions. Jason Sanders, the new kicker, only missing 2 of 17 kicks. We'll wait till the season's over before we look at any stats. I don't think it's going to matter too much. I think maybe we're not going to have them on our team anymore, but they probably still will be in the league, which is going to be annoying to keep track of, but still, it's going to be something we're going to have to do. And we're facing off against the Ravens, and we win a game. That is a win. Finally. Going to be against the Colts. Of course we lose. Of course we lose. Yay. And the Niners win the Super Bowl over the Colts, so they stole our spot to not even win it all. Lovely. Once again, quick career stats. So Zach Wilson, about 50,000 yards, 355 touchdowns, 132 interceptions. Rushing, Breece with over 20,000 rushing yards, 218 touchdowns. And he fumbled 0 times. That's a pretty good rate, obviously. 114 touchdowns, 13,757 yards for Garrett Wilson. What is it called? Defensively, sacks. Jermaine Johnson, 112. Sauce Gardner interceptions, 27. So as far as like, what is it called? As far as like a draft class goes, that's one of the greater all time, to be honest. They're putting up some, Hall of Fame level numbers. So Jermaine and Sauce Gardner are both gone. I don't know if they're in free agency. I don't know exactly where they are. We still have Garrett Wilson, who's an 85 overall, and then Breece Hall, who is an 96 overall. Probably going to get a Najee Harris situation where he just retires as a 90 plus, because once again, he was so good early on that he's built up this kind of immunity to the regression, if you will. Wow, they just took a oh, maybe not. Maybe not. He's in development rate. Maybe they clutched up. He is 21 as well, so especially if he's a superstar, maybe they landed themselves a steal, but I don't imagine that's going to be the case. Yeah, star dev. They got lucky. And they also took a center in the second round, which, of course, as you would have expected, is a hidden development trait player. The tight end, very fast, even though he's 23. Not terrible, actually. And everyone else kind of on the, average to wasteful pick category. So I think Jermaine Johnson already retired. I looked at free agency, and I didn't see him in there. And he's not here unless I'm just blind as hell. I mean, I don't see anything. And of course, I did look at the right end as well, and I didn't see anything here either. So I think he retired. So the numbers we seen at sack totals for him were an accurate finish. And then cornerback Sauce is now a Niner. And we are in the playoffs again. Obviously, no need to show you guys a win-loss because we didn't even, get the bye week this time. Barely made it. Zach Wilson, about 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 18 picks, though. Rushing was worse. Where the hell, Garrett Wilson? I think it was actually the number 3, yet put up some pretty good numbers, obviously. Defensively, Myles Murphy with 18 sacks. Actually, we don't even care anymore because our boys are gone. It is kind of weird, though, that, Sauce Gardner was considered this. I seen a couple of comps of him to Richard Sherman, and ironically enough, nearing the end of his career, he goes to the Niners. It's a little strange, right? But fair enough, it is what it is. Let's see if the team can win a Super Bowl. I'd be kind of mad, though, if they win one after the fact that all those guys left. And they do beat the Raiders. Going up against the Chargers now. They win that one. Going against the Steelers, who have made it a few times. And could you imagine? That would be harsh, but it would be a win for the video, I'll tell you that. I'm going to go in and I'm going to watch it. Win or lose, I'm happy with the fact that we've at least made it, thankfully. Even though the team's kind of in shambles now, it's kind of like a shell of what it once was, which was amazing, by the way. Come on, Jets. Win one. 3-0, 10-0, 17-0, 24, 31-7. It might not even have been to 0, by the way. I think there was a 7 on there, and I just kind of was looking at our score rather than theirs. But it's going to be a Super Bowl win for the Jets after Jermaine and Sauce Gardner are gone, though. I love how I said Jermaine, didn't finish his last name, but yeah, Sauce, because there's so many sauces in the league, right? Oh, God. But of course, the Jets win a Super Bowl nonetheless. At least a few were here. Breece and Garrett Wilson were here at least. I don't think any of the other guys were, to be honest. Not a lot of the real-life guys that weren't from this class, were in here, obviously. Zach Wilson wins a Super Bowl. So we at least know that it takes them a little over another decade, which is, it's a lot, but it's still a win nonetheless. Jets fans being told they're going to win a Super Bowl here anytime in the future, they're like, fair enough, we'll take it. That's what I would say. Hell, even as a Packers fan, been over a decade for us too. But of course, Zach Wilson is a Super Bowl champion. Would have been so perfect, though, if Jermaine and Sauce would have still been here. But yeah, I also, once again, do not know where Jermaine went. I don't know how old he was, but surely it couldn't have been more than 33, 34. But I suppose he never got to X Factor, so maybe he did just straight up retire. I couldn't find any actual proof of him retiring, but the fact that he wasn't in free agency, the fact that it wasn't a left end, right out, or left outside linebacker, I don't know what else I could really do. You know what I mean? So there's that. Let's take a look at the receiving numbers real quick. What about Garrett Wilson got a Super Bowl touchdown, plus 29 yards. That's all you could ever ask for in life. Win a Super Bowl, maybe participate. That's obviously all of our dreams, everyone collectively in the entire world. You got the Nobel Peace Prize. Did you win a Super Bowl, though? No? Okay. Then stop talking. Garrett Wilson has officially retired, and also Breece Hall is on, I believe, the Dolphins of all teams, if I'm not mistaken. He is. I kind of sold and accidentally went to the Niners when I probably should have went to the Dolphins, because Breece Hall is actually going to play a pretty big part for their team, as Sauce is literally probably only going to play one final year here. Hey, we did at least join a winner. We went to the winner's circle. I almost said squirrel. Whereas the Dolphins did not make it. So, suck that. How about that? Of course, I don't know if they're going to actually win anything here, but I will take a look at the career stats real quick, as I imagine this is going to be the last year for Mr. Sauce Gardner, who put up about 1,200 tackles, 42 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, and 32 interceptions. I really should have showed you guys we didn't cheat on that win, because I'm really thinking about the title right now, and I'm like, you know what? This has kind of worked out almost perfectly, right? We've won a Super Bowl. Maybe we didn't win them with those players, but we kind of won a Super Bowl the exact same time as everyone's going to be retiring. Also, one last hurrah. Is this Sauce? It's Fred Warner. Sauce could be following him, though. But let's see it. Winners. Okay, maybe Sauce will still get that ring. Maybe he'll still get that. Nope, he won't. No chance at the ring, unfortunately, for him. Man, that's harsh. Him and Jermaine missing out on the rings just barely. Of course, still enjoying really good careers, so who cares? But Buccaneers win by 2 over the Steelers. And as far as Breece Hall goes, we might not even have to worry about actually following him, because he probably is on this list. Wait, what? Where's Hall? Oh, he's on number 1. I was like, where the hell is he? He's literally the number 1 running back of all time. Well, that's nice to see, so I can't sell on that at least. I mean, Gardner's still around. I don't know if he's actually going to start. I don't know if he's actually going to, make a roster in general, but he apparently has not retired. But he is also not in San Francisco. So we are now, of course, in Miami, but we have another season or two ahead of us. Breece Hall could retire after this season. We've seen it with Najee Harris, like we said before. But as far as Sauce goes, he's also still around. He is now in Tampa trying to chase a ring. He's an 80 overall. This has got to be his last season, though, as well. So the Dolphins are 7-10, with the Buccaneers being 14-3. The ring chaser himself may still get it after all. Of course, it's long gone, too far gone for Jermaine Johnson, who's sitting at home for years now, just collecting. I don't know what he's collecting, because, I mean, unless he invested, he's collecting nothing. But the Super Bowl, Patriots, Bucks, Sauce, he wins one. He's still got a ring. Nonetheless, of course, I do want to take a look at his, kind of stats and all that, as well as career and overall, maybe some of his awards, whatever it may be. Pretty clutch, actually. Let's also take a look at Breece Hall before it's over. Oh, my God, the guy's a freak. Like I said, I think there's a very good chance he retires this season, as they usually force retirements at 35, 36 for running backs. But look at these numbers. I mean, just crazy stuff. His awards, he went to 9 Pro Bowls, 6 league leader in rushing. Okay. 2034 best running back, 2029 best running back, offensive player. So, I mean, how many? He got MVP one time. Literally the greatest running back of all time. As far as Sauce goes, 35 interceptions, 4 sacks, 44 tackles for a loss, 1,300 tackles in general. It's about catches allowed we don't talk about. Touchdowns, 0 in his career, really. 1 forced fumble and 1 recovery. As far as EA numbers go, I mean, that's kind of what you expect. But overall, if that's how he finished in real life, the picks aren't terrible, but that's a lot of catches allowed. It'd be a bit disappointing, without a doubt, but let's take a look at any awards he may have won, if any. He's 36, but like I said, I think he'll be gone after this season. Led the league in interceptions one time, 0 Pro Bowls, but 2 Best Defensive Back awards, which you can almost say is all pros, right? Let's take a look. This could be over. You guys will know more than I will, because you'll see the video length, but this could be the video right here. Sauce is officially retired. What about Breece? Not retired. He says, no, I am not done yet. Will he ever retire, though? That's kind of the real question here. But let's go on. Another season. Literally the greatest of all time. Dolphins missed the playoffs, but it's another year where, assuming Breece Hall didn't get, like, left off or anything, you know, put somewhere, he should still be a starter and all that good stuff. Wait, where the hell did he go? Where the hell did he go? Hello? Where did he go? Did he actually retire, like, late or something? No, he wouldn't have retired. Where the hell is he? He's a Packer. 20 touchdowns, 1675 with that scheme. Although I will say it goes by coach, so it might be a completely different scheme because of a different coach there. But we will not actually go to their team. We'll see if they made the playoffs or not. That it's going to really matter. They did. I got to give it to this Breece guy. He's kind of on point. He hops ship at the perfect time every time. And no Super Bowl for Breece here today. Well, today, technically. You know what I mean. Don't know if he's retired, but I want to be on it, as always, especially since I forgot to look at receiving anyways. 27,243 yards, 5.4 yards per carry, almost 300 touchdowns, 100-plus yards per carry average. If he would have just put up 4 more touchdowns, I would have said, screw it, that's a career, baby. 4,000 yards after the catch. 97 was his longest, put up almost 300 games in his career. Total of over 30,000 total yards, over 300 touchdowns. He's just that guy. And there he goes, 16 seasons. I was about to say, dude, he's outliving quarterbacks here. You know, you got, I don't know who this guy is, 13 years, 16 years. You know, he's literally outlasting quarterbacks. Like, who the hell even is it? Who cares? You know, I thought he was going to last forever, but of course, just to see the career stat, we gotta look at the career numbers, right? Like, he did that well that no, that's the wrong thing. The record is what I meant to say. You gotta look at that. So as far as this goes, who gives a crap, honestly? But over 6,000 yards on the next guy, pretty much. Touchdowns, like, how many seasons that? 4 seasons minimum? 5 seasons more worth? Receiving, obviously not going to be on the list. That's a lot to ask for. Interceptions, no. Sacks, no. Those other guys not going to make it, but still really good. Like, it was like 115 sacks for Jermaine Johnson, 35 picks for Sauce Gardner. I think it was like 14,000 yards for Garrett Wilson. And then, of course, Breece Hall, who literally is the greatest running back of all time. But yeah, 2033 is where we had it. The MVP of that game was Zach Wilson, and obviously the champions being the New York Jets. So what is that, like 13 years? I think it's like 14 years. Math is hard, dude. I don't even care. I just don't care. But yeah, this was a bit of a challenging one, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more of these, let me know in the comment section below which team/rookies you would like to see them go in for in the future. Can't really think of any other team with as many guys with this kind of potential to be great as the Jets, obviously. But if you have someone, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see like the Lions with Jameson Williams and Aiden Hutchinson or something, let me know. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys come back for next video, which should be a Nighthawks video a little bit later today. But until next video, see ya!